Greetings, Ark Hunters. This is Captain Stash bringing you part 2 of how to Arkfall. I hope part 1 helped you out, helped you get your score up on the scoreboard, increased your efficiency, and helped you cut down your times while Arkfalling. So you can get that script, get that loot, and get your key fragments to buy even better loot. Well, we can do better, so let's try to get our times down even more. In this video, I'll also show you how to deal with special circumstances. So remember, this is simple stuff. Myself, Bellowing Bob, we're just regular dudes using readily available weapons that anybody can find. We're experimenting, we're taking suggestions from you. Anybody can do this. First, let's start with perks. We're still using Overcharge for that instant reload on the weapon and that increased damage. But I missed a perk. Let's select Killing Machine. 6 more seconds of actual overload? Yes, please. Definitely pick Killing Machine. Up next, we're going to talk about weapons. When to use what weapon. We're going to cover 4 different weapons. The saw, of course, shotguns in general, but we're also going to add the ground pounder and the wolfhound pistol. First up, here's the saw. The saw remains a favored weapon because of its large magazine, its automatic rate of fire. It still shoots 8 rounds per second. So with a magazine of 111, you're going to get 14 seconds of sustained fire. Combine that with Overcharge, which instantly reloads it once you work through your first magazine. Then you've got 28 seconds of sustained fire without loading. Combine that with Preparedness, you can just switch to a second weapon to avoid that long reload altogether. If you're going to mod it, go for Stability, Critical Multiplier, Magazine Size definitely, and put on a scope if you like scopes for accuracy. So, when is the best time to use a saw? First, against Hellions. They're airborne, they move all over, they're hard to hit, they'll fly far away, so they're subject to fall off on your weapons. No problem. Stick the saw up in the air, and keep that sustained fire up in the air, and shoot them. Once you start running out, hit the Overcharge. So, great for Hellions. Second, if you're trying to get that top critical point of the arm on the Scrapper Arkfalls and it's hard to hit because that thing's moving around so much, no problem, just use the saw, just keep shooting up there and rounds will eventually hit it and it'll eventually go down, no problem. Third, you can use the saw when you come in on a very crowded crystal. So let's say there's lots of players around, all the skitterlings are getting killed and they're not getting a chance to bite the crystal, so you don't have the critical points. What do? Well, just keep shooting at it. Sustain that fire with that big magazine. You can still do, remember this shoots 8 rounds per second, and that's about 543 DPS on it. Isn't great, but at least it's something good. If the critical spot does come up, hit that Overcharge, you're doing over 600 per shot, and your DPS is over 5,000. So just keep working at it, deal with the situation, and the crystal will go down. Alright, so up next, let's talk about shotguns. They're great against blast pods, they're amazing against archers, they're a great secondary weapon when you're cruising around in the game. But for Arkfalls, when you're dealing with critical spots, not all the pellets are going to hit your critical points, so you're going to lose a lot of damage when you're hitting critical points. They're also ineffective against crystals and armor because they suffer a lot from the armor reduction. And most importantly of all, if you're dealing with enemies far away like the Hellion that flies away, shotguns are also subject to fall off. So if the saw and shotguns aren't good against armor, what are we going to use? Well, we're going to use explosions, mainly the ground pounder. This is a type of detonator that you shoot it, then manually detonate it, and the little bomblets break into clusters, and those explode on the ground. It is great for armor because we have to deal with Hellbug warriors on wave-based Arkfalls. And then on the final Hellbug Arkfalls, you have to deal with the Monarchs. It is also great for the mother of all Hellbugs, final boss, because the bomblets will still damage her when she's underground. So run the saw when she's up and work on her, but when she goes underground, the ground pounder can still get her. Look for her little red dot on the mini-map because she still shows up. Blanket the area where she is, and look at that, you can damage her while she's underground. Ground pounder is also fantastic for wave-based Arkfalls. If you look, It's just Bob and I on this crystal, and we're at wave 3. No problem at all. Look at that. Just blanket bomb the area. Here you have to deal with the armor, but just look at that. Rips up those warriors, and it'll still hit the airborne archers, even though they're up in the air. So Bob and I have just been moving, and oh, two armored guys right next to each other. No worries. Blow them up. They're gone. This also is great for when you have mutants or 99ers or one of those. It's hard to tell the bad guys from the players because they're humanoid. It doesn't matter. There's no friendly fire. Just bomb the area. Watch when the warriors are running. You got to lead them a little bit. Put out 2, and he's gone. And so, yeah, we got a couple guys at the end, but that was all Bob and I was just using the ground pounder. Love it. Just one thing when you're using a boomer, don't use it on the crystals. It doesn't do a lot of damage, and it kills the poor skitterlings. Another instance, I see people shooting rockets up here all the time, so I thought I'd test it out, see if I could get it up there and hit the busy bee. And I eventually get one hit him. Yeah, shoot him with a machine gun. Finally, for weapons, we're going to deal with the Wolfhound pistol. Now, specifically the Wolfhound because we want that high critical multiplier. Look at that. It's 4.6. Compare that to the Blaster. The other one, their criticals are a lot lower. The reason you want to use the Wolfhound is that even though Blaster pistols have automatic fire, pistols themselves don't have large ammo pools, either in the magazine or in total. So you're going to run out of ammo a lot. What we're looking for here is huge damage spikes. Now, I was going to get some pistol footage, and I find myself alone here at this crystal. So I'm just moving around, and I'm also dealing with blast pods. So just clear out some blast pods, and I'm looking for when the skitterling, see that skitterling's coming to it? He bites it. I'm ready for it. There you've got a humongous damage spike. So 13 rounds in about 3 seconds, you do over 17,000 damage. So just that little 3 seconds, you're doing over 5,000 DPS. Granted, with a pistol, you have to reload a lot. So you're not doing a constant, you can't do sustained fire like with a saw, but you get an amazing damage spike. If you're going to mod the pistol, make sure you put a higher critical on the barrel. You don't care about elemental damage, you want higher criticals. And then for the magazine, expand that magazine so you have a couple more rounds when you're doing that quick little burst. Pistols suffer from fall off, so just remember, you got to get close when you're going to use them. Pistols are also fantastic for scrapper Arkfalls. Scrappers, you're only going for 2 things. You need to knock down these arms that have the 3 different critical points. Knock the arms down, then the progenitor comes out. So on these, the only thing you're doing is going for critical hits. You can completely ignore the enemies. They don't have area effects like the archers or the blast pods. Get in close with the pistol, hit those weak points. This upper one's tough to hit. If you got a pistol scope, you can hit it, or you can just switch to the saw. Your choice on however you can get the pain in on that one. When the arm shoots at you, just move. Don't stand in place. Once the arm goes down, the progenitor will come out. It flies slow enough that you can run after it. Make sure you get yourself close. You got in close with the pistol. Hit your overcharge, put it in there, and look at that. You get the kill shot. So that's a pursuit, is to land a kill shot on the progenitor. There's lots of different kill shot pursuits, like getting an overcharge. Only thing is, once you get it, back off. Remember, once you got the kill shot on the progenitor, let other players get it. Share your cookies. Don't eat the last pizza when you ate the second to last pizza. Don't hog the beer. Don't bogart the cigarettes. Be a good player. Last video I told you not to punch the crystal. Well, this is why. Give it the massive big elbow, you do 134 points of damage. Also, when the Hellion comes out, she's going to do a ground pound. I love it when players come out. She's going to do a second one right afterwards. Basic rule, when you see teeth, she's going to come after you. She spits a big green glob at you, dodge, because she'll get you with a second attack. For the three-legged Hellion, so you've got the critical area right there that you stand right in the middle, you're safe. The ground pounds won't hurt you, and you're doing okay. But you got to get this one right here, and oh no, don't run through that empty space or you'll go flying. And then if you get hit a second time, then you're down. Of course, let your teammates get you because they'll get credit for that pursuit. Once they get around to, oh, there we go. Thank you very much. So yes, running in between the body and the leg will pound you. But you really want to get that little node right underneath the leg. So let's see how close you can get. How about right about here? This looks safe. Yeah, this is going pretty good.
Target the glands beneath the Hellion's arms.
Nope, too close.
You gotta kill it before...
Another reason why you gotta be careful with the pistol. Oh, and it'll get you from behind too. So get yourself a weapon that doesn't suffer from fallback as much. All right, so people say don't use cars. This is the reason why you don't want to use cars. Now I've sped this up. This is going twice as fast. Look how many players are on this crystal. Now, with Bob and I, and like Joey is also in the clan, 3 of us plus 2 other players that show up, we can take down a crystal anywhere 5 to 7 minutes with just that few of players. So 4 to 6 players can take down a crystal that fast. At this point, it's been 4 minutes and the crystal's still standing. So pull a screw you guys, I'm going home, going elsewhere. Also, the big truck. It's super funny, but it's been done. And the reason, watch where the monarchs go. My monarch is chasing the truck. So now everybody's running their butts. I'm now running almost 360 degrees around this, trying to get it. Okay, let's turn around. Okay, good, good. Now we got it, and here comes the damn truck. I know, it's funny. People have done it. Even if you're riding backwards, honking your horn, you're really annoying players. And you're moving the monarchs around. Also, if someone switches to a saw and they're doing lots of shooting, oh, get out of the way, truck. All right, let's get some shots on the Hellion. And there's a truck in my way. Leave the damn truck at home. Well, I hope this video helped, and thank you very much for watching. One last favor for me. At the end of an Arkfall, run yourself up to the middle, get there as fast as you can, hit left, right, push all the way down and to the right, and start dancing. Jumping's not good enough, folks. You gotta dance. Put on your goofiest outfit, the miner outfit that you get from the regular game's a good one, and dance. Please dance. Well, if you like this, please hit the like button. I'll be making more videos on Defiance, so subscribe. And hit me up with any comments or suggestions or requests. If you got ways to improve this, let me know. And remember, in Clan Whiskey Pool, it's always a good time in the whiskey pool.